I'm back at the exact same location I was last week or the week before that. Anyhow, I'm back at the same location to retake an image I took, an autumn image. I really like that autumn image, but I made a mistake with forgotten to change my ISOs. I had quite a high ISO, so I kind of wanted to try and retake the image with a low ISO to see if I could fix that in the field. Kind of worked anyway, but due to the scene masking the grain quite well. But yeah, the smaller tree has shedded all its leaves now, so it doesn't work anymore. The composition isn't here anymore, and that's autumn photography for it. It changes from week to week. Yeah, I'm just going to explore the area a bit more. I think there are some more compositions to be had and some more subjects to be found. So let's see what we can find. So, first image of this day. My first plan of the day didn't go as planned. That initial composition doesn't work today. So I had a wander around this place and kind of explored it. Quite a nice little area to explore. Kind of mixed between plantation and nature preserve, I suppose. I'm at the edge of this nature preserve, and then it's plantation woodlands after that. And I stumbled across this scene. I have a look out for these birch trees that light up quite well towards these greener trees in the background. I think it's called firs in Farewell or something like that in English. Anyhow, Christmas trees if you like. If you know what they're called, leave a comment. Anyhow, I found these white trees. They stand up quite well against the greens, and then I'm searching for like small splashes of color with the smaller trees, and that's exactly what I found here. Photographing with the telephoto to just like do a little cutout out of the scene. The telephoto is really a great resource for woodland photography. Can really do, as I said, cutout of the bigger pictures. Going to show you the back of the screen and what I'm doing. Here's the scene I'm looking at. As you can see here in the middle, I have this yellow tree contrasting quite well against the greener trees in the background. And you can see we have a couple of white birches scattered around it. Quite a nice little framing of it. As you can see, I've introduced two other trees here. I'm not too sure if I will use those. I might use a more zoomed in image of this. I have played around with a couple of different zoom levels here. I might also do this as a cropping it to a 1x1. As you can see here in the bottom here, we have a log or a fallen tree that kind of creeps in the bottom that I'm not too fond of. I think this will work quite well as a 1-to-1. If I just change the aspect ratio of the camera, you can see what I'm on about. There you can see that cutout. So if we do a 1x1, I think that works a little bit better. So that will probably what I end up using. Had hoped for a bit of more light. You can see perhaps in the top here there are creeping in a bit of sunlight, but the sun is setting behind me, and I think I will not get any more light on the scene, which is a shame, but it's all about the colors, so it works quite well, and it's quite a soft light today, so I think this will turn out quite well. So I'm heading back to the car now. Where am I? Huh. I actually like this scene here. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to flip you over here. Look over there. I like that color splash. I'm going to have a look around there and see if I can frame anything up. As I said before, it is interesting, this area, just because you have those smaller trees carrying quite a lot of colors, and then you have that dark green. It works quite well. I like that. I'm gonna see what I can find here. So we're continuing the vlog style now. So as I said there, colors and green background works quite well. So I framed up a similar composition to the one I did, the first one today. I think I might even turn this into the square as well. But yeah, quite tight onto that color, splash of color, framing with two of the green branches. Going to try and show you the back of the camera and try and explain what my thinking is behind this. So here's the scene I'm looking at. So here is that splash of color at that green background. I think that works so incredibly well. So I put on the long lens once again, zoomed straight into it and tried framing up it. Like back up here and we look at the back of the camera instead. Let's see if we can focus on that. I hope this camera picks up what I'm doing. Oh, here we go. And I'm just going to remove this so you kind of see I'm framing it using like this green branch here, the green here, like framing in the middle here. So it's quite a simple composition, but just that splash of yellow against that dark green background, it just works so incredibly well. So there you are, the composition. Quite a simple image, but I think it works quite well. So settings wise, I'm at quite a high ISO for this, high ISO of 1250 and aperture of 5.6, so f5.6. That's just so I could get a shot of 1/4 of a second, which is still quite slow, but if I had an even lower ISO, I had a shutter speed of 2 seconds or thereabout, and there was movement in the leaves. I'm going to retake this image a couple of more times. I got one image that looks good, but I know there can be some movements in the leaves, so I'm going to retake this a couple of times, and I put that up on the screen so you can see it. Was more composition to be had today, but I do like the slow way of working. I do like spending some time and finding good compositions. That's the way I enjoy photography. I know there's a lot of people that are more fast-paced than me, but I like this quite slow-paced photography, and I love working from a tripod. You can be really careful with your compositions then. But that's a topic for another video. Big thank you for your time. Do take care, and bye.